Hey, this is from Radio, and in this video I'm going to present you our new Advanced Drum Series Blackbird kit. The Blackbird is the follow-up to our Advanced Drum Series ZEUS kit, and Blackbird is really focusing on encapsulating that sort of more rock, progressive metal, progressive rock, metal kind of style. And it's also great for other styles of music, and I'll demonstrate that here as well. I'm actually just going to be live playing on the kit, do a variety of different things, and have fun with the presets here. I should also preface that we have another video where I'm demonstrating how the flow notes work. You can see them on the main page here as well. But in this video, I'm just going to go through the presets and sort of give a general introduction to the library, but really show you how versatile the kit is. It actually contains over 37,000 samples, and you have 10 different microphones here, and they can be unloaded and loaded by clicking here as well. And while we're at this one, let me just show you briefly the UI before we get started here. Obviously, you have the drum kit in its entirety. Let's say that you want to adjust the hi-hat a little bit. You actually click on it like this, or the snare drum, and you have access to sort of the basic parameters here. So you can adjust volume, pan, you can tune the instrument, you can do fine tuning up to 1,000th of a semitone. And you can also go in here to our remapper and reallocate notes to different keys if you want to do that, if you have a specific controller as well. And we also have 3 different snares, just like we had in ZEUS. These are just phenomenal. You got the DW Edge, the Ludwig Black Beauty, and the Sound King Slingerland. So just a stunning set of snare drums as well. And obviously you can click here on all these different components here and get access to the instruments. You can see them down here as well. And you can actually listen to them if you click here. But more importantly, you also have access to the mixer. If you click it here, you get access to the full thing here. And we have another video again where I'm demonstrating really the depth of the mixer, how to utilize it. But in essence, you click instruments down here. Let's say that we want to look a little closer at the kick drum here, for example. You actually have access to both the spreading, the EQ, compression, lo-fi, and reverb here for each of these different sections. So for each of the microphones, you can adjust these parameters independently. And also we have, when it comes to the reverb setting, we have a master reverb button up here, and you can also send the parameters here. So if you want a lot of reverb on it, for example, you can adjust the degree of output here. And we actually also have the ability to send outputs to more than just one channel. I'm just using a simple instance of Contact here, but yeah, there's a lot here. But again, we have another video where I'm really demonstrating that underneath the hood. So why don't we just get started here? Let me just try to demonstrate the default kit here, which is just an excellent sounding, overall great drum set. Sorry, I just went crazy on the cymbals. It's just one of the beauties about this kit, and for ZEUS as well, is the massive array of different cymbal options you have here. There's just absolutely beautiful. And again, we also sampled it with our flow note technology, and I demonstrate that in another video. But essentially it allows you to, whereas with normal samples you will sort of stack them if you play them in a fast fashion. If you play a hi-hat or a cymbal very fast, you get a hiss and a noise build up because you keep on repeating note over note over note. In reality, you semi-mute the cymbal or the hi-hat when you play it, and that's what we got the flow notes for. You can see them marked up here on the keyboard as well. But again, we have another video where you can hear the difference between the flow note and the standard samples as well, where we're sort of A-Bing them, and you can really listen to the difference between them. Let me just try to show a little bit more here. Let me just play a little bit with the hi-hat here. One of the beautiful things about the hat is that we sample it at multiple stages. So it's not just that we did 10 velocity layers, 10 round robin and all that. Actually, in this one I'm using our light kit, which is 5 round robin, just to demonstrate that even the light kit really sounds versatile as well. But it's not just that we have all the velocity layers and the round robin and all that stuff. It's also that we have different states of it. So we have it very closed, we have it with the foot, we have it open, and then we've got 3 different stages from semi-open to very open. So let me just try to demonstrate that first. Play it sort of tightly and then sort of loosen a little more up so you can hear the flexibility. And it's just awesome playing it because it gives you that versatility on the hi-hat. So it's not just either it's closed or open like you're normally used to in a normal MIDI kit. This one really has all the stages in between, so you can sort of open it gradually as you play and really get the groove going. Also, let's try another preset here. Let's try the underground here. Again, there's so many aspects, and each of these presets are really delicately made. Let me just try to play a little bit with the snare here so you can hear the beautiful, both the velocity layers, but also how expressive it is from that very subtle, almost ghost stroke, ghost note type of playing up to really hard and then started hitting on the rim as well. We've got separate samples both for the center surface and the rim. Of course, we got traditional rim shots as well, but all the different aspects of the snare is really here, and check it out. And the underground preset here is just awesome for like heavy kind of metal more style, really just heavy style playing. And those last notes were muted cymbals. We actually took all the cymbals and recorded them both fully open with flow note as well, but also muted, so you can choke them really like, get that thing going. Let me also, I'm gonna try another preset here. Let's try the slamming. Let me demonstrate a little bit with the toms here. We just got excellent, really beefy toms. Some of the feedback we got from the beta team where we were testing it was that this was really one of the first times they felt toms were really encapsulated. They're beefy, but they also have that clarity, so they're not just muffled. I think you see a lot of samples that have the more muffled tom sound. These really sit in the pocket really well. And it's awesome. You got that flat ring out from the floor tom. And as you can see here on the mixer page as well, one of the great things, let's say that was a little too much. You can always dial it down here on the floors as well. So you can take the floor, and if it was a little too much, we can take it down here as well. So you can adjust both the rack toms, the floor toms, and obviously all the other components here. But let me just play a little more here with the slamming kit as well. Let me go back to the hi-hat. I just think it's so awesome, that expressiveness of the ability to control the openness and the tightness of the hi-hat. Let me just show a little more here. And that's just me playing right on the keyboard. There's no drum controllers, whatever. But actually, I think it has like a really good, lively sound to it. And one of the great things about Blackbird and ZEUS as well is simply just the engineering of it. It's not just that we have a wealth of microphones and all the setup for studio drums and high-end microphones and amps and all that stuff, but it's really also just the ability to compose your own settings here. So for each of these presets, you can actually really go in, and if you want to make your own presets, you can do that as well. But really fine-tune each component and create a unique kit out of it. Let me demonstrate that actually a little more here. Let's play a little bit with the tight kit here, and you can notice it has a much more funky, lively sound. It's tight, but it's also clean. There's a lot of clarity in these kits. You can hear in the cymbals as well, the hi-hats. It's not that noisy, bit-like digital sound. It's really beautiful, very, very clear. And it gives you a good idea, like first we were playing like more hard rock, all that stuff, and then down to like more tight, funky reggae style. Let me see here. Let's try another one here. I just play a little bit with the rim shots. I think they're awesome. Here for the classic kit, they're a little more pronounced. Check them out. It's cool how even rim shots can be sexy. We also got another tight kit here, the groovy one. Let me play a groove you may know if you're into slime Robbie and old school reggae. Let me try here the next one, the grandstand here. This is sort of an homage to the 80s, and there's only one way really to do that, and that's to play some Phil Collins on it. We also got some auxiliary stuff in the library, and we also have that in ZEUS as well. So you can actually do stuff like snaps and claps. They're here on the left side of the keyboard. Let me play a little bit with the groove here and just add some claps and snaps. Again, it's just one of those great live components. Don't ever quantize those when you overlay them. Just play them live. I'm just going to play right now on the keyboard. But keep them like kind of loose sounding so you get more of that natural live feel in the sound. And as I mentioned in the beginning, it's really a versatile kit. Something magical happens when you have 37,000 plus samples to work around with. The ability to manipulate both using the front interface here, but also go here in the back and really adjust the mics, and you can create such unique sounds. And particularly once you start adding all the effects racks per microphone position here, really allows you to create super, super unique kits here. Let me try it with the hip hoop kit here, and just to play something, it's actually the same drum kit here. It's just gonna sound way different. So for example, this kit, and I should also mention all these kits were made with the same interface here. It's not that we did anything underneath the hood. Everything was just designed with all the options here. You can see on this one, we muted some of the mics and we did some adjustments. Obviously, those deep bass drums were actually downsampled toms here. You can see the tunings all the way down here. And then I increased the attack on it so you got more of a whoa kind of sound. And those tambourine-like sounds or sort of little finger cymbals were just by tuning the cymbals up. And so forth, and you can do that. Let me give you another example here with the 8-beat kit. It's sort of more of a Nintendo-ish kind of sound. So very mechanical and lo-fi. And again, that's one of the things, if you go in here, we actually have lo-fi parameters. You can see here, if we look at the rack, the floor, the cymbals, the overheads, the room, all the lo-fi stuff is on. And again, you can adjust the bit resolution and so forth. But it's really just to show you like how much you can do with the kit in terms of manipulating and create your entire new kit and how versatile it is. My favorite preset is actually slamming here. And let me just end it with that. Display some random stuff on it here. And as silly and superficial as that may sound, I actually think it's the most important component. You just sit in front of the keys, you freaking play and have a good time, and you know the library works. But yeah, let me just wrap it up here, grooving a little bit on the slamming kit.